I'm Senator Bob Huff. Thank you for joining me for my capital comment for the week of May 7th, 2012. May 15th is the deadline for the governor to come up with his May revision of the budget that he introduced in January, and he expects to roll it out a day early. What's it going to be? Well, it's going to be worse than what's anticipated as far as the gap that we have to solve for. $9.2 billion was the number in January. It's expected to be 13, 14, 15 billion. We don't really know, but it's going to be a tough gap to close. Typically, Republicans are the party of the small government. We believe in helping business grow jobs that helps get people off the government dole, but also helps them productively paying taxes themselves. Democrats tend to grow government, and they like to raise taxes to support that level of government. Those are overly broad terms, but that's roughly what's happening. So, not unexpected, we have a bunch of initiatives that have qualified to raise taxes. Just this last week, a bunch of things have turned in. The first of all, remember the governor started off with a 5-year tax, and he was calling it a millionaire's tax. He doesn't like seeing a lot of competing tax measures on the ballot, so he actually was able to talk a couple others into standing down, not putting in signatures. He actually merged his with one of the teacher union's taxes, and so that is now a 7-year income tax and a 4-year sales tax hike. Not enjoying great popularity, but we will see that in November election, and the taxes will start in 2013. Molly Munger, it's called the Soak the Rich tax. That's an income tax for everybody, basically, but it raises $10 billion a year. Then there's also the Steyer initiative. The hedge fund manager has come up with this idea. It has to do with how you tax businesses that are located out of state but doing business in the state, and that raises over $1 billion, and he wants to dedicate that to green technology. So that's what they want to do. Rather than trying to scale back the scope of government, go out there and raise money just by taxing those people that actually have jobs right now and hope we don't drive the business creators and the millionaires out of the state. But that's not all. Just this June, you're going to face another tax. You've already seen advertisements on TV for it, I'm sure. It's Prop 29, known as the Tobacco Tax for Cancer Research Act. As is pointed out in some of the ads, not all that money can stay in California. There's a lot of other reasons why this may not be a good tax. If you follow the Republican principle that we're already one of the highest tax states in the nation, you just say, when is enough enough? When can we learn to live within our means? The other thing you're going to see on the ballot is not tax related. That's this June, and that has to do with term limits for the legislators. They go down from 14 years to 12 years. You can serve it in either house. Not a whole lot being spent on that, but you'll hear a little bit more about that later. I want to thank you for joining me. I'm Senator Bob Huff.